YouTube, what's up, guys? Courtney loves to win. I got a message from a colleague asking me, how do you get your business to be more profitable? And I want to answer those questions and give you guys 3 tips of what I did to get my business to be more profitable, which is a good thing. And I think that's what's the point of us being in business is that we can be more profitable and make more profits. The more profits you make, the more money you make, the more things you can do in your life and also in your business. So the first thing, guys, is you have to start with yourself. You have to realize that you cannot build, okay, a business by yourself. Okay, this is something that I struggled with for a long time. That I had this ego. Okay, I had this pride that no one can do it like me, and I've been proved wrong because I have two team members that work with me, and we are a team. I don't look at my guys as employees. I look at them as team members because we all play a special role in our business, and we all understand that. So, when you are trying to grow your business, and sometimes we start out on our own, and sometimes when we do this for so long, we start thinking that we can do this by ourselves. Now, I will say this though, you have to then realize, is this something that you want to do? Because everything isn't for everybody, and there's no right or wrong way of running a business, because there's a lot of people that run businesses as owner operators, solo by themselves. But once you really make this decision, is this something that I want to continue to do by myself? Okay. And if you're true to yourself, yes, there's nothing wrong with that. And I want to say this: don't let nobody force you to do something that you don't want to do. Okay. If you want to run your business by yourself till you can't do it anymore, again, do it, but do it because you want to do it. But in order to be profitable or more profitable, yes, you have to get out of your own way. So once I decided that, hey, Courtney, you need to step aside, okay, and you have to put other people in place. And I heard a good colleague one time, his name is Ryan Kettering. He said something that stuck with me. It said that as the business grow, there's 2 things you can do. Either you can hurt the business by not growing with the business, or you can grow with the business. So as your business starts to grow, and that's what my business started to do over the years, I started to see my business started to grow, kind of past me of what I could keep up with it. So that's when I realized, like, hey man, if you want to catch up with the business, you have to now go out here and find people to put them in place that can help you and the business grow together. All right. So once you do that, and like I said, if that's for you, now number 2 is when you do find people, okay, to bring them on board, train them up, showing your system, how your business works, how you run your business, how you run your system. Everybody's business is different. Everybody runs their business different, but you want to make sure that the people that you bring on board is going to follow your business. Okay. I will say this is, when you do bring people in, I prefer to bring people in who are not experienced or have experience with your type of business, because the reason why, someone who's been in this industry, the cleaning industry, for over 2 decades, is that when you are trained a certain way, and you go to another business, or another system, sometimes it's hard to break those habits. And that's something that I had to go through myself, because when I started cleaning, I was trained the wrong way. So even when I started my own business, I took them same, bad business models and brought them over to my business. And it took me so long to reprogram myself, So I will say, if you do, add people, once you start adding people to your business, is that you want to kind of find people who really don't have experience, or as much experience as what your business is doing, because that way it makes the training a whole lot easier. So now they can only follow your business and how you do things. All right. So once you bring those people on, man, it's now, everybody has their assigned positions. Everybody has their assigned um, task. And, like I said earlier, don't, at least this is for me. I don't look at my guys as employees. Okay. I will look at them as a team, because to me, when you kind of create a team, instead of a boss and then employees, to me, it just creates a better work environment. And and also too, everybody seems to be on the same page. You see what I'm saying? So that's number two, guys, is that yes, once you decide that, hey, I want to grow my business, I need to grow my business. And if you're willing to grow the business, now you need to bring on people, train them up in your system. And I will say this, man, one of the struggles that a lot of us are going through now is finding, good people, or people, period. So you will, now I'm not going to say everybody, but I can speak from my experience and a lot of my colleagues. You do go through a handful of people. And I will say, guys, it can get frustrating. When you get someone, you train them up for a couple months, 2, 3 months, and next thing you know, they're not with you anymore. Then you got to go find somebody else. You got to train them up. The next thing you know, 2, 3, 4, 6 months, they're not with you anymore. Then you got to train somebody else up. So it can be a challenge. This is why a lot of people that I know kind of stay solo, because I can understand. Again, I was solo, for 10, 11 years, and this is something that, we as especially service providers, we go through a lot. We go through different people and bringing people on and trying to train them up, trying to, build them into your business. And then you look up, they're not with you for whatever reason. Then you got to start all over from scratch. So that's number two. And number three is so important. To be profitable in your business, you have to understand that everything that comes your way is not for you. And when I say this, like I told the guy earlier, is that a lot of us tend to chase business. We tend to chase money. And one thing that I've learned over the years, and also listening to a good colleague of mine and a good friend, Chandler Thompson, is that, if you are always chasing everything that comes your way, you don't make time for what you really need to focus on. See what I'm saying? So basically, we get into business, we want to make money, but a lot of times we get desperate. Okay, we get desperate because, we see the quick buck. We don't, I used to have this mindset of, oh, if I don't get it, somebody else will. But when you really need to focus and hone in on something, that's not the right mindset to have in business. Once you really home in, or of what you want, who you want it from, okay, and understanding the profit, behind it, then you will realize that, hey, everything that comes my way is not for me. Every customer that calls my phone is not my ideal customer. So this goes back to when to say no, when to turn work down. Guys, trust me, I turn work down all the time, because the reason why, everything that comes my way is not, it's not, it doesn't fit, my business model. It doesn't fit what we're trying to accomplish. Okay. I have people all the time, can you do it cheaper? The last company, and this is just business, people are going to do this. But just because they do it doesn't mean you have to accept it. Because again, if you're always chasing everything that comes your way and you're trying to take on every job and every customer, um, to me, what I've realized and figured out is that you then lose focus on what you really need to focus on, and you don't have time to take care of the clients that can really help your business become profitable. Because just because you're making money, okay, doesn't mean you're making profit. And a lot of us need to understand this. Okay, now this is something I want to keep preaching because it took me a long time to understand this. Just because you're making money doesn't mean you're making profit. And when you understand who's your ideal client, okay, your profit margins, then you understand that, hey, just because they called my business, just because I went out and did an estimate, just because I had a lead come in, it doesn't mean that it's for me. And another thing too, guys, is that when you understand this, then you tend to feel better about when another company gets their opportunity. That's how I am. Like, people will say, you know what, Courtney, we found someone. It's usually, when it comes to my business, it's not the reputation, because I have a great reputation. If I don't get a job, 9 times out of 10, it's based on the price. Okay. So when people say, oh, Courtney, I found someone cheaper, or we got a cheaper quote, that's good. Be a blessing to that company, because maybe that company, it fits their business model. Maybe it can help their profit, because you have to know the cost of doing business for your business. So when a customer says, or a potential customer says, well, we found someone cheaper. Okay. Well, maybe the way their business is set up, that job, is suitable for their business. But understanding my business model and my profit margins, it's not. So I can't take on everything that comes my way. So when you understand that, guys, is that yes, um, once you realize that, hey, if my business needs to become more profitable, or if I want my business to become more profitable, first, I have to get out my own way. Two, I have to put people in place. And three, I have to realize that everything that comes my way is not meant for me. All right, guys, thanks again. Hopefully this video can help someone. Again, like, subscribe, and see you guys in the next one. Keep winning.